FamilyAffaires.com expert contributor, Dr. Dan Gottlieb. Hi, Dr. Dan.
Hey, Roseanne, it's nice to be with you.
It's always great to be here, shooting these wonderful videos with you.
They were fun, and with you.
Yes, with our audience. Dr. Dan, Father's Day is coming around.
I've heard of that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I thought it would be a good time to talk to you about what it means to you to be a father. And I know that you're the father of 2 women now. And you've been through some extraordinary experiences in life that have maybe changed fathering for you, but I really want to understand from your perspective what it is to be a dad.
I'm smiling because I'm thinking about when they were first born and what happened to me, how my life was changed, how I'll never forget the first moment I saw each one of my daughters, and I know that moment, I know that feeling, I know when we got home and how I felt with them, and the best years of my life were from the time they were born until the time they were 6 years old.
Really, that young stage?
Well, it's not just the stage, but that's when I had my accident.
Okay.
But I remember swimming with them and wrestling on the floor with them and taking walks with them. And, oh, we had such great times. It's meaningful to me. It's important. I remember my son-in-law, Pat, went with Debbie when she was giving birth to my famous grandson,
Sam.
And she had a C-section. And he comes out from the procedure after Sam is born. And he comes out, and it's a few of us in the waiting room, his mother and me, and I forget who else. So he comes out and he says, "It was awesome." And then he just starts to bawl, and uncontrollably.
From the emotion of it.
Yeah. And then, Roseanne, my accident happened. And I couldn't play ball with them anymore. And I couldn't teach them how to ride their bicycles. And it killed me. It killed me. All I could focus on was what I couldn't do. And I felt guilty about that for a couple of decades, if not longer.
Wow.
Much longer.
Let me just stop and ask you something, because as you're telling the story, I'm thinking about, normally in relationships with moms and dads are usually the fun person, the person who teaches them how to ride their bike, who takes them swimming. Everything you described to me was everything that is fun. So was it typical, whereas your wife then was more the disciplinarian for them?
Oh, no.
And you were the playmate?
No, we're both disciplinarians to them. And
but those are obviously the things that you remember the most because they brought you the most joy.
Right. But I was the guy. I mean, she was an excellent cook, so she did dinners. But I do baths and put them to bed. And I frankly loved when she was away for a day or with her parents for a weekend. And, I was in charge of everything. It was just great times. And then I couldn't do that anymore.
Right.
I had a talk with Debbie. Debbie's the baby. My baby is about to turn.
We don't know if Debbie's okay with telling her age, so I wouldn't tell it.
Okay, I won't. I won't tell it. Out of respect for you, Debbie.
I saved you, Debbie.
40. So, she's used to me by now. So, anyway, we had a talk a couple of years ago, and Debbie and I have heart-to-heart talks, always did. And I told her how guilty I felt about all I couldn't do. And she cried. She cried knowing that I carried that pain for all these years. And she said, we never even noticed. That, I mean, other people could teach us how to ride a bike. She said, but what we got from you was more than most kids got from their dads. You know, you sat with us, you listened to us, you read to us, you helped us with our homework, you were patient with us. Dads typically don't do that. And so what does it mean to be a father? What do our kids really need from us? And what are they really deprived of when we express our love through our work? And granted we do, and that's what we're trained to do, and we have to do it. I mean, but what do they really want from us? You know,
I think it was, Debbie probably said it the best, it was just you being present with them, being there, sitting with them. It's not the grandiose things that kids remember. I know I don't remember those things with my parents as much as those times that you just share intimate times, just talking to somebody or listening to them or helping them. And yeah, so you carried all of this guilt for
Right.
so many years
right.
that you didn't need to carry.
Right. I remember a patient came in many years ago, and she had a couple of buttons on her blouse were unbuttoned, quote, accidentally. and it was so much so that it was uncomfortable for me. So I said something. So, you know, she was, of course, embarrassed and buttoned it up real quickly. But we talked about why and what it meant. And she talked about her father and what she never got from him. He never acknowledged anything, never acknowledged that she was a woman, that she was attractive. And that's what she did with me.
And
She
probably
wanted-
with many other
She wanted me to acknowledge.
her.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That's what we need.
So if you could leave the audience with the last message for Father's Day, two fathers.
To fathers.
Two fathers.
I'll say it to fathers and to mothers and those of you who are engaged with men. No nagging, please. But, you know, I struck a chord.
Yes.
But to fathers, I want to say, just be who you are. Listen to your kids. They're interesting. Don't try to manage them or guide them in any directions. Just listen to them. You're going to learn new things about them, and you'll learn new things about yourself. Just hang out and hear their hearts, hear their deepest thoughts and feelings. It's really a treasure, and there's no greater gift you can give them.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you.